Basement Bookers Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast. It is I, your boy, the reigning, defending champion of the basement. Thank you to my champion, Logan Paul. And as you heard just now, Rich DeRiz, the perpetual motion machine, going through life one step in front of the other. But unfortunately for him, championship beltless. But that's fortunate for me. Rich, how do you feel besides the fact that you lost?
That you cheated? That Logan
Uh,
cheated. Logan
well,
cheated.
in trial by combat, Rich Derez is what we decided to challenge. It's how we decided and edited content that didn't make it to the podcast. When we decided to do trial by combat, uh, it was decided that we would each choose a champion. And when you choose a champion, whatever they do to win, it has nothing to do with you. So you chose incorrectly. The referee's decision is final. I don't know what to tell you. You backed the wrong horse, is what I'm saying.
I did. I did. To be honest, I really should have picked Logan Paul for that match. I should have known he was going to win.
I
It didn't.
mean,
It did make sense for Ricochet to win.
look, bro. It was either that. It was either that or you tie with me,
And we didn't pick a
and
tie. We didn't do a tiebreaker
because
last week because I
we
didn't
had
think of
that
it.
match,
Well, that
and
was right, but like that could have ended up in a double count out or something, and then we
this
would
is
have needed
why
a
I think
tiebreaker.
this is why I beat you, because I didn't think like that. Because I knew that this match would have a definitive finish. Because Logan Paul was not wrestling the tribal chief. Logan Paul was not even wrestling Austin Theory. Logan Paul was wrestling Ricochet. Logan Paul could beat Ricochet,
And
and
he did.
Ricochet will be fine. He'll be exactly where he was before, as we saw on Monday Night Raw. Status is quo, albeit temporarily cooked. When Logan Paul's name was said, I have evidence of that. And then this happened.
Here's your winner, Logan!
I got to talk over it because, you know,
She is a professional. She's the consummate professional fighting to hold back the tears to do her job.
yeah, good job there, uh, Logan Paul. But that's neither here nor there. Rich, we're not going to go straight into SummerSlam. You had some things you wanted to say before we could go deep diving into SummerSlam in this Basement Bookers podcast SummerSlam review slash discussion uh, episode of the Basement Bookers podcast.
That's right. Basically, I just wanted to talk about quickly the slew of injuries happening in WWE in particular right now, mainly two that affected some things. As we saw on Raw, Sami Zayn's elbow is like way out here. We're told it is a bursa sac injury, which is kind of the same thing Cena had in 2013. Let's see.
It's
He
better
has
than
a
having a busted sack.
That is correct. Dave Meltzer essentially said it's so swollen it's about the size of a golf ball. Big, big swollen sack on his elbow. And
And
and as announced on Raw this week, Sonya Deville tore her ACL. In her video on social media, she even acknowledged the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship curse. She said, "Yes, the titles are cursed. Maybe since she acknowledged it, the curse will go away, and then whoever the next champions are will not fall to injury."
I believe the opposite has occurred here. She's strengthened it now. Now it's even more powerful. She's given it power because now it's going to be in the heads of the women that like have to like want to like have it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You're gonna see a lot of Katana chants and likes to have fun number twos being like, look, we can't do this because the minute those belts come, we're just gonna get hurt. And something must have happened backstage where the women's tag team championships must have grazed the actual undisputed tag team championships and have rubbed their stenchy taint all over Kevin Owens and all over Sami Zayn.
You throwing some shade there?
No, just facts.
Oh,
Those belts being cursed and now amplified by Sonya Deville. I'm a little disappointed, I gotta say.
the taint of the belts, not the taint of the champions. Okay, got it.
Obviously,
Okay,
yeah,
just checking.
no. Secondly, because we've already discussed the first match on the card, because Logan Paul had to go watch his brother, other Paul, do a fight with Nick Diaz of the Diaz family. It's Nate Diaz, not to be confused with his brother. Wow. Now, this is actually a real fight. Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, son of Dusty Rhodes, believe it or not, was able to have this match. And some reason the ref decided to play it fast and loose, even when Cody Rhodes hit Brock Lesnar with the stairs. And I don't mean Brock Lesnar went into the stairs, he held the stairs aloft
How much
and
do those stairs
hit him
weigh?
right in the shoulder. Well, those aren't big show steps. Those are just regular wrestler steps.
Okay,
So less than that.
so less than 240 pounds.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
just
So
checking because last I heard, those steps were 240 pounds.
yeah, I believe this is Brock Lesnar's longest match in many years. I believe that's what people are saying.
Hmm.
If that's not true, look it up and write it down below. Maybe it'll get a like. Add it to Basement Booker's dollars. Non-fungible, not fundable, not refundable, not actual money. You get nothing, but it's inside yourself. It's inside yourself. You know. So we're just making it rain basement dollars. Also, on not affected by inflation. It'll always be the same.
That's right.
Yeah. So go ahead, Rich. Why don't you tell us how you felt about this basement dollars second main event?
I was a little confused by the ref not disqualifying Cody Rhodes for using the steps, but I feel like maybe the ref was looking at this realistically, like, okay, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Yeah, Cody needs to use the steps. Like, that's fair because it's
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar. It's the
right.
alpha male of the damn species. Okay? And I fully believe that. 100%, 1000%. Brock's a scary dude. You don't want to mess with him. Now, this was a good match. This was a knockdown, drag out fight. Little surprised, kind of not. You see, looking at it from just the kayfabe perspective, like if you're just following the storyline, surprised at Brock showing the respect and everything. But if you look at it from the business perspective, you knew that was going to happen. You knew Cody was winning, and you knew Brock would put him over because Cody doesn't have to just look good. Cody has to look good and be respected by Brock Lesnar for him to move to the next level whenever he does, because eventually I don't remember Raw honestly, to know like if he's doing anything moving towards Seth or Roman now, but that is the eventuality. We know this. Jared, what do you think?
I said what I thought, and I don't think you should put your hands in all in one basket here, Richard Riz. You can't. Everybody's got predictions. Cody's a psychopath. He still has time to hurt himself by doing something stupid
Hmm.
and tough. People say, "Oh, I saw this coming." I said it on an episode a while back. I said that it would happen, that there would be respect. It just took a little while. Brock Lesnar had to fight so hard he exploded out of his shorts, Rich DeRiz. I don't think you realize the severity, the veracity of the situation here. He almost exploded completely out of his shorts, but thankfully for us, Brock Lesnar decided to wear trunks under his shorts or whatever. So thank God. But that could easily been a terrible incident. But instead, we got what a match here. So I'm ready. Looking forward to the days. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, once again losing to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, a two-time loser. I can't believe it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I hope he wins. And one day, his daughter will say, my grandfather was Dusty Rhodes.
All right, next up was the Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. Battle Royal. For what? I don't know.
No, it's the
You're,
Slim Jim Macho Man Randy Savage Memorial Battle Royal, brother.
brother, okay.
Unofficially.
So, as we all know, L.A. Knight, yeah, was our winner. Here is who was in it that did not win in order of elimination, thanks to Wikipedia. Apollo Crews, JD McDonough, Rick Boogs, Otis, Ivar, Eric, Shinsuke Nakamura, Tommaso Ciampa, Cameron Grimes, Austin Theory, Santos Escobar, Giovanni Vinci, Ludwig Kaiser, Ridge Holland, Butch, Matt Riddle, Omos, The Miz, Grayson Waller, Karrion Cross, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, AJ Styles, and finally, Sheamus.
I told you Bronson Reed would be in that match.
You did. You 100% did because Triple H likes paying him.
Rich, you got to make sure you got to say it. Like he's got a name change, dude. It's a brand new name.
Big Bronson Reed.
Yes, emphasis on the big. I bet that's what they said in the pitch meeting.
Big Bronson Reed.
He's just fat. He's just a fatter guy. He's not he's not Godzilla. He's just a big guy. He's a huge guy, but the Corey Graves, oh, the earth is shaking. Oh, I can't believe it. It's gonna explode around here. Shut the fuck up.
Graves has called him a kaiju a few times in the
It's
past.
annoying. It's so dumb. All right. Anyway, like you were saying.
Yeah, this is a battle royal. People went over the top, and LA Knight won. Yeah, the movement continues, brother.
Look, you say that you don't know what you win, but what you win is a spot in a Slim Jim commercial with Bianca Belair. 'Cause
Right.
right after,
Right after, it's like he went from the ring directly to the commercial, and like they recorded the commercial live. They had
what do
to.
you,
If
what do you mean? It's like that's what
It's
happened because he
it's what
won the.
happened.
They didn't. No one knows who's gonna win the match, dude.
That's right.
So he had to win the match. Otherwise, it would have been. You know, imagine the horror show if it was Sheamus. Like you'd have to you know, it wouldn't work out too good. So
Nope.
luckily, an almost regular sized man won and was able to head straight into Slim Jim commercial mode.
Yeah.
They wanted to give him the box of Slim Jims, but more than two were missing. AJ Styles, Karrion Cross says to tell you that we're not done till he says he's done. I know it's the third time just now, and he said he'll let you know. Apparently, that's his gimmick. Like people, you're in the rear view when Karrion Cross wants to be in the rear view. That's an almost verbatim quote from either Corey Graves or Michael Cole. One of those guys said that, right?
Yeah, the one of the ones that's not what's his name?
Michael
Can't remember.
Cole.
No,
Oh,
it's
Kevin Patrick.
Kevin Patrick. I was
I
trying to
was
say
going to say Kevin Flannery.
that's funny. I almost said Nick Patrick, and I'm like, it's not Nick Patrick. It's something. It might be Patrick.
No, this time it's stuck. So Nick Patrick is
It's Nick Patrick.
yeah.
The Alliance referee, Nick Patrick.
Yeah. Remember the Alliance?
Clearly I do. That was fun. I really like that WCW logo, the red.
Yeah. It was also great when Omos got thrown out by everybody because they decided that their brains should work.
Yes.
Like, you did it, Omos. You've reached Andre the Giant status because that's what always happens to him. These two women, they don't fuck around. If they do, you're going to find out. Find out right here at SummerSlam. Well, it happened already. So apparently, up until the last minute, we had no idea what this was, and apparently, it was just you know a match. Really, I didn't see a lot of capitalization on the no DQ aspect of it,
Hmm.
right? So maybe I missed something. I don't know. The right person won, I guess, if Ronda's not coming back, which, maybe, we'll see around WrestleMania season. We still don't have Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think her ego is too big, and she probably really doesn't like Becky Lynch for real for some reason.
Mm.
Uh, so Shayna Baszler also stole Ronda's move. Now,
She did.
it's like the world's baddest slam,
Yeah. The
kind of like
world.
the world's strongest slam.
Yeah.
It's like a Mark Henry Ronda Rousey hybrid there.
Hmm.
And she looks like she was actually in a real fight, Shayna Baszler did on Monday. So that's nice. What can I say? Thank you, Rhonda, and see you later, I guess, is what I would say to that.
Adios, Ronda. Next up for the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther, of course, as we knew would happen, defeated Drew McIntyre with the power bomb. Slapfest, meat slapping meat. What you got? What you expected? What do you think, Jer?
Uh, I mean, Drew McIntyre's like missing in action now. He lost the match.
Mm-hmm.
He's just disappeared. He's probably witness protection, changed his name. He's out there looking for a job somewhere, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's out there. He's looking around being I don't know, whatever a Scottish guy can do out there now. Maybe he can be a Highlander or maybe an eccentric billionaire with nephews and go on adventures with them or something. He can swim around in his money bin or something. He could just be a straight up adventurer. He could go out there and try to play the dad in a Boondock Saints reboot. He could do that. He could work for
Have his
that.
own helicopter pilot.
Yeah, he could do all sorts of stuff. I think it's time for him to come back as a heel, maybe, because he looked really upset when he left there. Unless
Mm.
he's gonna show up on NXT. That would suck because he'd kill all of them pretty much. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
basically he got crotched off the top rope, and Gunter's like, "Listen, I'm not gonna just pin you after coming down. I'm gonna have to do more stuff to you, and then just beat him." The
Mm.
guy's like a video game character. It's like I got to do my finishes. I got to make sure your health bar's down. This is the fatality. Here's the V trigger, which was stolen by Kenny Omega from Street Fighter. By the way, it's not his. Okay, it's not his concept. It's not his original thing. All right, V trigger is a Street Fighter thing. Okay, but I digress. Where is Stadium Stampede, Kenny?
Next up for the World Heavyweight Championship. 7 years in the making. Finn Balor attempts to get revenge on the laughing Seth freaking Rollins. But alas, we had shenanigans.
I don't understand how the Judgment Day still runs Monday Night Raw. The incompetence on display was unbelievable. It's almost as if someone didn't want Finn Balor to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Hmm.
That to me, I think, could be the only explanation of the monumental failure of this team to get this belt off this man. Like, you have the briefcase. It doesn't matter what happens. Like, if the Goblin King over here can't beat Seth Rollins, then go for the DQ, beat the F out of him.
3-on-1, maybe
All right,
4-on-1.
bro? Because apparently later on we learned the champion doesn't technically have to be on their feet for the Money in the Bank briefcase cash into work. So, which makes me think why they didn't do that here. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because why do that? Why have two cash-ins on one television show? You know, you got to have the Damian Priest Championship briefcase out there
Mm-hmm.
because he's gonna cash in on Seth Rollins. Okay, it just makes perfect sense. Um, what I think right now, oh yeah, the finish is curb stop on the briefcase because Priest slid it in for Balor to use while while Damian Priest was distracting Seth Rollins and the ref distracting the ref on the apron doing the whole look at me, I'm a giant guy. And
Hmm.
he's like, "Oh, you're a giant guy. Get out of here, you giant guy. I'm over here trying to take care of this match, giant guy." And he's like, "Come on, look at me. I'm a giant guy. I need you to look at me. Acknowledge me." And he's like, "All right, I'll acknowledge you for a little bit." And that was just enough time for Finn Balor to get curb stomped by Seth Rollins.
That was word for word. What'd you get, the script or something?
Sometimes you can find things on the dork web, and
Crazy.
that's where I did.
The
So,
dark web.
yeah. And there it is. That's why I don't get it, man. I really think it's on purpose. And I think now we're going to have mind games. I think this whole JD McDonough thing, it's a herring. It's to make Seth Rollins think the Judgment Day's not stable. But McDonough, he's in the Judgment Day. They're just doing some 4D chess. Okay. Damian Priest has a plan. They just need more money.
You know, they never said what JD stands for. Why
It
not?
stands for
Judgment
Judgment Dortmund.
Day McDonough. Judgment Day McDonough.
That would technically make him their make him their mascot.
Or the leader.
There is no leader in the Judgment Day. There never
What if there
was.
is now?
No, that was
What
the whole
if
point.
what if that was a red herring?
That's not a red herring. That's the stupidest red herring. It
We
messes up
will
the whole
see.
point of the group.
No.
It's more nonsense that we're gonna have to deal with. That's enough nonsense for that. You're out of your mind. But if you're right, then I guess you're gonna have to say that you're right.
Listen, he has like a Minecraft head, okay? There's got to be something in there. He's got to be like the mastermind. He's like the mastermind crafter of the
He's
Judgment Day.
He's just a master Minecrafter. He's the one that's over there playing Minecraft. I bet that's why him and Finn Balor are so tight. They have a Minecraft server they play on together.
Probably do.
Dorks. Triple the threat, double the fun here, right here on the Basement Bookers podcast. This match is probably one of the longest women's wrestling matches in the history of SummerSlam. Probably. Look it up. I don't care. So here we have Asuka. And by say, I'm not saying I don't care about this. I'm just saying I don't care if
Mhm.
you look it up or not. Okay, I don't have facts, figures, and opinions. Well, I have opinions, and they're all over this podcast, by the way. So don't forget to
Yup.
like and subscribe or something, and hit the bell because then the bell it'll ding, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, Basement Bookers," and then you'll watch it, and then someone will be like, "Yo, what is that?" It's the Basement Bookers podcast. No fucking shit. All right, and that's it right there. And then you got like
Mhm.
your best friends for life. But who's not best friends for life is these three women. Let's address the red herring in the room. Charlotte Flair, your nails are too long. those are not regulation for wrestling. Someone could have been hurt. I get it. You think you're some kind of a she wolf or something, but you're not. And again, the same thing on Monday Night Raw with the long knife hands. You could gouge somebody's eyes. Oh, I'm sorry, SmackDown. You wrestled on SmackDown like 5 minutes ago. But either way.
Yeah. I feel like
So
she's kind of doing like a share thing.
yeah, I got that. But what she doesn't have
Hmm.
is the women's championship because Bianca Belair, she came out there and instead of the usual KOD, the face into the mat, 1, 2, 3. This time it was Charlotte Flair. She had the move, the figure eight there
Mm-hmm.
on Bianca, who was maybe hurt, but not really. It's just for the match. They always do that, She fell hard to the outside, and it was a good sell. It's like, oh my god, is she hurt? And then when the rest are like, well, I guess we'll just get her out of here. It's like, all right, I guess they didn't even bother to get her to go all the way back there. Because boy, what a journey from the aisle to the ring. It just looks so long. So the good thing they stopped her halfway. She goes in, she gets in there. Oscar comes and just sprays the mist all over Charlotte Flair's face, neck, and chest. That's literally what happened. So I can say that literally what happened all over her face, neck, and chest was just a green liquid as it were, just dripping down. And then so that was that. But then Bianca rolled up Asuka, right?
Yeah, that's right. Inside
And
Cradle.
then that's right. She couldn't even walk. And as that's happened, I'm tweeting. I'm like, "Io, get your ass out there! That bitch can't walk. You need to go get that." And then, lo and behold, the music hits. They go out there. Bailey just hitting people. Hit Charlotte with the briefcase. Hit
Mm-hmm.
Oscar with the briefcase. And then Io's in there. She's like, "Cash in, cash in."
Mm-hmm.
And she even like walked over her, did the thing, went to the top rope. She's like, "I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing." And then just off the top rope, geniusing of the sky. The best part of that match,
Mm-hmm.
when she came out there, she said it was EO time. And then she EO skied all over the mat. It just there she was, the most adorable money in the bank briefcase cash in, I feel like. She looks so happy
Mm-hmm.
and just a joy. There'll be a picture right there that I took where she looks just so happy. And all the friends, they're all friends. They're all hugging. They're talking about things like how The Rock was making good movies. And then he started listening to the wrong people. And then the bad movies came. Sometimes it's not enough to just be The Rock. You have to be a smarter Rock. Rich, what have you?
To be honest, I love any cash in. The cash ins are fun. They have that spontaneous feel. They have the excitement to them. Um, it was great seeing EO, Sky, and Bailey and Dakota Kai all celebrating. Um, one thing on SmackDown, Bailey was wearing a thing that kind of looked like um, a trimmed down flak jacket. Kind of threw me back to Shield days a little bit.
Yes,
Gonna,
Rich. Everybody that has a flak jacket is Shield related. D'Lo Brown, he the prototype to the Roman Reigns chest protector. He knew.
correct. He did. He
He
did.
fucking knew.
He,
Uh,
D'Lo knows what he's talking about. But
I-
for real, I mean, faction of three. I feel like it was kind of just a thing Bailey threw out there to see if anyone noticed. I noticed.
hey, why don't you tweet at her and get into her mentions and
Mm,
ask? Maybe she'll be like, "You're the guy. You figured it out. Not that other idiot on the show. You did it. You figured it out."
that's right. Well, you see,
She watches.
I feel like that's enough for me.
That is right.
And as far as this match, Same.
Roman versus Jay. The what was officially titled Battle for the Oosiest Oos. And in here, it turns out that it wasn't Jay Uso. It was, in fact, Jimmy Roman Solo Uso that came out on top. Wise man. So, what do we know? We know that tribal combat is a game because that's what they did. Because I thought that no one was allowed to interfere in the tribal combat. As a matter of fact, there was two tribal combat interferences, and both in the favor of Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
But Jimmy Uso would have you believe that he did it because he didn't want to break up the Usos, that he want Jay to become Roman Reigns. He used really mean words that I'm not going to repeat about the tribal chief here. What is wrong with Jimmy? And that's a real dumb reason to cost him your brother the match. You cost him everything, and that's going to be like, yeah, you know what? We'll stay together as the Usos. Yeah, that's fine. You ruined my life. But you know what? You wanted to keep the team together. You wanted to keep me in a division, which is basically us. Oh, that's great. You're a good brother, not a good brother like Carl Anderson and Gallows. That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going on here, man? What are we doing?
What the thing I wanted to focus on, first of all, the match was great. I was a little confused by the interference, but then I said, okay, it's just happening since it's no DQ anyway. Solo, Jimmy, of course, Jimmy pulling Jay off the cover and super kicking him was the big surprise of the match. But then fast forward to SmackDown. Like I don't want to minimize the match. The match was great. The storyline around it is awesome. SmackDown closing the show. We had the Jimmy J confrontation that we expected. As you said, Jared, that Jimmy's like, I didn't want you to become him. Essentially, um, he didn't want Jay to inherit whatever power makes him an asshole.
He wanted him to cast it into the fire. He didn't
Right,
want him to have the one ring because it would corrupt him and destroy him, just like he did to
right.
the other one.
So the end to close the show. There was a little brawl. Jay hits a super kick on Jimmy when it looks like he's going in for a hug. And Jay says he's done with WWE. Obviously, part of the story. I mean, once again, as I've said just about every week, I am intrigued with where they're going with this thread of the storyline. I want to follow it. I want to see it play out. Is What's the next step? Is Jimmy going to face Roman for everything he did to Jay? Is
I
Jimmy going to
don't
rejoin the Bloodline?
I don't think so. I think Jimmy's just out because and by the way, I didn't think the match was great. I thought it was fine. Um as far as like the match goes, and like I feel like Jimmy coming out there and this whole finish was like well, I guess they ran out of Samoans to get for this. Honestly, because it's
Mhm.
like I really thought it was another guy. I'm like, who is this? And then it's Jimmy. I'm like, oh,
I feel
this?
like if they add more, it's just Bloodline World Order.
Yeah, but it's like, so now you're breaking up the Usos. Unless the Usos are also playing 4D chess,
Could
like
be.
Austin Theory.
That's right.
I don't think they're playing 4D chess, man. I gotta say, it's kind of a dumb idea to break up the Usos. Because you're just doing the same thing everybody else does. Are the Young Bucks the only tag team that don't break up?
I hope not.
This has got to be something. They got to be doing something. This can't be.
Gallus hasn't broken up.
Yeah, that's right. Gallus hasn't broken up. Gallus, like probably one of the most hardworking, best tag teams that like to go out there and have fun. They like to have a good time. Come on, man. Gallus. We're talking about the Usos, bro.
Like, I hear you, but I'm talking about, like, just other tag teams that have been around for
oh,
a
I mean
while now.
like super popular, like really good. Like the Usos.
Fine. The Bucks.
And the Usos have been around forever.
Hmm.
Like not forever, forever, but like a long time, at least 10 years. Right?
Yeah. More. Definitely more.
Yeah.
When the hell did
So,
they debut?
you talk about Gallus. I don't think they've been tag teams for as long as Jimmy Jimmy J.
So they've been on the main roster since 2009. 14 years.
See? I said at least 10 years, and that means I'm correct.
Hmm.
So, look, I don't know. We saw what happened Friday, and maybe it's time for Bloodline hiatus. Maybe this is like the dip for a little bit. Let's bring it back to basics. Let's simplify right now and then just go from there. What that
So,
means, that's up to the
mhm,
writers, not me.
yeah. Um, I'm I'm gonna second that. I'm gonna say, like, right now, this moment in the storyline, from where we are right now, speaking now, obviously, uh, could be the moment where they should close it up, right? End it, or at least end the inner family turmoil part of it, and start working towards Roman dropping the belt. Um, I feel like this could be a time where they're elongating the storyline, maybe dragging it out, adding a thread that doesn't necessarily need to be here, that might end up being a subpar chapter in the story. Could be. I don't know, obviously. But I mean, I'm here for it. I've loved everything they've done in the Bloodline so far. I've had my own doubts along the way, but up until now, they have been solid. This is still the single most intriguing storyline going on in American pro wrestling TV, period. So I'm willing to see where they're going with this. I'm intrigued, but it's tough to continue churning out the gold that we had from the early Sami Zayn days to now. That's my opinion.
Yes. Yes. Well, listen, Heyman says it's the third inning right now, so you're gonna have to put this on whole thing in the back of your mind. Like it's gonna happen, but like I said, back to basics, maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
I really think they shouldn't have had Jimmy quit. They should have. Sammy got hurt. I wish Sammy didn't get hurt. They should have had it. If Sammy didn't get hurt, then like Jey Uso steps in and is Sami Zayn and Jey Uso as the undisputed tag team champions,
Yo.
and then that'll have Jimmy that like Jay and Sammy and Kevin Owens when he comes back. The revolving door of Owens. It's like, I was out. You replaced me with him, and we'll see what goes on with that. That could have been something interesting, but
Kevin Owens isn't hurt. They could
oh,
they
I
could
thought he was
just
hurt.
no, only kayfabe.
Oh, so why not have it that Kevin Owens and Jey Uso are the tag team champions? That'd be really good.
They could. I wonder if they didn't do that because it would be a little. I don't want to say obvious and not quite predictable, but maybe a little predictable.
Kevin Owens and Jey Uso?
Because of the
How is that
history.
predictable? He hates them.
Mm,
He hates Jey Uso.
yeah, and him and Sammy were fighting right before they became tag champs.
They've been friends for like 100 years. What the fuck are you talking about? There's a difference here.
They,
What?
There's a lot they could do.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like if on TV Kevin came up to Jay and said, "Listen, Sammy's hurt. You want to be my tag partner?" Then it would have been obvious. I
That'll be
think.
strange bedfellows. Hey, I got a partner for you, Pierce would say.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't want a partner. Well, this guy, he's held tag team gold all over the world. Well, universe here.
That's
He's a
right.
former tag team champion. Oh,
Ooh,
I
so.
and then he comes out. He's like, oh, come on. I thought it was gonna be Big E. God. Oh well.
Mm.
Much like for SummerSlam, if you like this video, go ahead down there, give it a big thumbs up there. Maybe you want to subscribe to the Basement Bookers podcast. We're available on the podcast things. There's a link tree below. Feel free to check that out. And we thank you, both of us, for joining the SummerSlam review episode.
And Joe's got a party message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Bookers. Now that I think about it, that is still kind of weird. I got to come up with something for you.
Yeah, we kind of really didn't change anything from last week.
Yeah, it's still the same.